So today, I am visiting a couple from France, and they met each other through their passion for journalism.
You know, I met my husband here. He's the love of my life. I would have never thought of this when I first arrived in Taiwan.
I'm very curious about the reason they decided to settle down here in Taiwan and even start their own family here.
My dad's been living here for almost 30 years. He moved here when I was a little girl. And I would come here on holidays to visit him. And then I really loved Asia. So I decided to come to Taiwan and learn Chinese. And I liked it.
Hi there, I'm Helen. Over the years, I've had the privilege of hosting a wide array of events, allowing me to immerse myself in diverse cultures and connect with fascinating individuals. I would like to invite you to uncover Taiwan's hidden treasures and experience the rich cultural heritage of extraordinary residents. This time with Aurélie and Xavier.
Ooh, super high! Tell me about this place.
Oh, we're in Waishangxi, up the mountain.
We decided after 15 years living in the city center to move to some place more outside the city.
And which is the kind of environment we wanted to raise our daughter.
Are there any similarities between France and Taipei?
What would strike me, because it's two very different cultures, is this weather. It's
yes,
very intense
for sure,
when you arrive in Taiwan. It's hot and humid, summertime is very long, but I actually like the idea of living in eternal summer, but it takes time to get used to it.
So how about people?
The people are very friendly, but we've been living here for about 20 years.
They're very nice to us, and even to Faustine, you can see that Taiwanese people love kids, and they're always really nice to her and feel safe raising her here.
So want to sit here? Yeah.
Hi up.
So I wonder, how did you guys meet?
Wow, it's been so many years. We met when we were both working at Radio Taiwan International in the French department. I just graduated from Taida. I had a Master of Journalism there. And when I arrived at the radio, here he was waiting, showing me the way. So that was like the first meeting.
So you're all still in the media industry?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm working as a press officer, press and communication officer at the French office in Taipei.
What's the best thing about the job?
Oh, I'm very happy that I have the chance to promote development and cooperation between France and Taiwan, and I do believe there is a very high potential to even go deeper on that side. It's very interesting, and there is much to be done still.
Right.
With this fabric, I made my wedding dress.
Really?
Out of this one.
You make your own wedding dress?
It's a very simple dress.
But still, it's really amazing. So what are we looking for today?
I want to look for Hakka fabric, just Taiwanese traditional fabric. You've got the bright one, the traditional one, but then you also have the more vintage look of the fabric that I like so dearly. It's more true to the time where Hakka fabric had a revival in Taiwan after the Second World War, and these are the real fabrics that were made at that time.
I love this.
Like this one I use for making the bed linen. Like that is definitely Taiwan to me. You know, when I see these colors, it's just like, this is so Taiwan.
Yes.
And that's the Taiwan I like. And I had to make a sleeping bag of the same fabric for my daughter, because she always wanted to sleep in our bed. And I was like, you can't sleep in mommy and daddy's bed. Like, I'll make your own sleeping bag. And she's like, this fabric, that's the one she chose.
How did you start your interest in sewing?
Wow, I found it pretty hard actually to find clothes that I like in Taiwan at the right size, because I'm pretty tall.
Yes.
And in my family, you know, everybody does manual work or artifacts. We all do different things. So I thought, yeah, I'll pick up sewing and see how it goes. And actually, it's an addiction. I'm loving it.
So for example, what else do your family do?
My dad is doing a lot of woodwork. A lot of the
wow.
furniture we have at home, it's him who made it. Just like the bed she's sleeping in.
Really?
That's my dad who made it as a birth gift.
So what is this one? What does this do?
Oh, that's
It's so beautiful.
that's a secret toolbox. It's like a magical box.
Oh wow, you can open it that way.
And this you have all the tools I'm using every day for sewing. And this one just actually belonged to the grandma of my grandmother on my father's side. So it's like very, very old. And so when my grandma passed away, I took it back on the plane and we used Longyanmu to make a new handle and give it a Taiwan taste. So this is very precious to me, so I would
Because
say.
this design is really special and really handy.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
handy. And when I use it, this is like I could see my grandma using it also, when she was still here. So it reminds me of home and nice thoughts.
Oh, hi, chef. So what are you making right now?
Taiwan Chung scallion pancake.
Oh, wow.
Well, I try to. Living in Taiwan for so long, you have to learn. Because food is so important in Taiwan, actually.
How do you like Taiwanese food?
Loving it. Not everything, but most of it.
Yeah, lots of things we love to eat.
麻辣火锅.
For me, it's a bit too much.
Okay. So you bought a book?
She took class like a few months ago because if ever we go back to France, we found like we have to learn some Taiwanese classic dishes.
You have to try, Ellen. You
Yeah.
cannot just stand here and not do
Yeah,
it. Come on.
What can I do? I have no
You take
idea.
this
Okay.
one in your
Okay.
pan, and then
Just mix it. Roll
Mix it. Okay. Learning Taiwanese cuisine from French people. Yeah, that's very
I'm not the best of it.
Do you usually cook by yourself?
oh yeah, every day.
Every day?
If you live far from the city center, there's nothing around. There's no 7-Eleven, no supermarket. The lifestyle here, I think, it's more similar to the one we have in France. And if you live in Taipei City,
Yeah.
if you need something, you just go downstairs, like
Yeah,
maybe
7-Eleven.
walk 2 minutes. But when you live far from the city center, it's quite different.
The view is amazing.
It is. You never get tired of it.
But do you come to this terrace often?
every day.
Every day?
Every evening, once our daughter is asleep.
Yeah.
And it's our little pleasure, just the two of us every day.
Wow. So I wonder, why did you come to Taiwan in the first place?
Oh, at the first place,
Yeah.
I guess it's really linked to my dad. My dad's been living here for almost 30 years. I learned Chinese at National Taiwan University at the Language Center, and I finished university. I wanted to become a journalist, and I tried to get into a master's degree at National Taiwan University, and it worked. I don't know how, but it kind of worked. They received my application, so I did my master's studies here. It was also very challenging in Chinese, I have to say. So that was like for my studying part, and that was already quite a couple of years I was in Taiwan, and I was still liking it.
So after 15 years, do you find this place your home?
Yeah, I definitely developed a sense of feeling home in Taiwan. And I would consider Taiwan as my home, and I would not even challenge this idea until maybe the time where we got our daughter, that I felt not so much welcome by Taiwan anymore, I would say.
In what way?
Just because we're both foreigners living in Taiwan and none of us is Taiwanese, so our daughter is also French. We don't have access to any of the benefits other Taiwanese
okay.
people would get. Our child cannot go to a public kindergarten. I couldn't get a paid parental leave, and we do not get any government would give to young parents to help them cover expenses for the young kids. And most of our foreign friends who had a baby here, they left Taiwan for that exact same reason. So I think it's a pity for people who've been living here for so long and liking Taiwan so much.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be improved.
Definitely, I do think so.
Yeah.
me.
No, thank you for coming.
So, you have your passion for drawing.
Drawing?
Yeah. Tell me about your interest.
When I was working at the radio, we started a blog for the radio, and I started to draw like small comics. Funny story about the life we had at the radio, actually. And then I would draw for books, or even for events.
You are drawing Faustine as well. It's quite funny.
Yeah, at first I was drawing myself, so nobody would complain. Then she started to complain that I never drew her. And then now I'm focusing on Faustine. Try to give like a good sketch of her face.
Wow. So now you live in Taiwan. If you have a chance again, would you still choose here to be home?
Definitely. I mean, I spent more than half of my life in Taiwan. It's almost the same for Xavier, and we made great things together. So I would definitely go for it again. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the life environment. Taiwan is more similar to France in many aspects. It's a democracy.
Okay, in terms of politics.
Yeah, and the life pace. You can take your time to think about yourself, your own dreams. So that's why I definitely preferred to come to Taiwan at that time.
When was it? 17 years ago?
Let's say 22 years ago.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
How was it like?
You
The
can
building.
see lovers holding hands and kissing on the streets, things that you wouldn't see when we first arrived.
Yes,
and that is a great
exactly.
thing.
The civil rights about LGBT, it changed so fast in only, I would say, like 20 years.
Yeah.
It's such a big step
Forward.
Not only democracy, but I think like when people decide it's time to change something,
They can make it happen.
They can make it happen very fast. The situation of Taiwan maybe push you to often like have a look on yourself and think, oh, what kind of thing we can do better.
To be resilient in
Yes,
some way. Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Good to have you in Taiwan. Nice meeting you. Today I can really feel their passion for their works and also their lives. I think all they want is to provide good life for their daughter and for their family. I'm really grateful for having a chance to meet them and also knowing their thoughts about Taiwan, about their life attitude. I have a great time with them, with their lovely daughter.